Okay, I think you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So last day we discussed about rapid application development with Excel. Okay. Again, in the intensive program, you have already learned Excel, so you know basic functions and everything there. So in this lesson, we're going to discuss some advanced development of Excel. That means you can develop small applications for your daily activities, right? So we are not going to learn programming here, but these some kind of programming actually. So then I'm teaching here the necessary syntaxes and again keywords that you have to use in application development with Excel. So there are more things that you can do with this. So study further, it is up to you, right? So I'm just giving the basic idea and basic knowledge about how you can develop a small application for your own work, own activities. Okay, so last day we discussed about variables. Variable, as I told you earlier, variable is a memory location. And again, for that memory location, we must give a name. It must have a name. So under that name, we're going to store some values there. So we can change the value any time. That is why it is called as a variable. So again, I told you that every variable must have a variable type. That is variable type. That means a variable can be a number with decimal points. Again, that can be a string or text, right? So like that, date, time, there are so many data types. So we're going to discuss about basic data types here. That means integer, that means whole numbers, and again double. So like that, there are variables. So let me show you an example how we can define a variable. Okay, here. Right. Here you can see the variable types. So one is integer, string, double, and there is a boolean, a variable name called boolean. So boolean means there we can have two values, yes or no, true or false. So like that, in the variable we have only one statement like true, false. So that is boolean. Okay. So here what you must know, in order to define a variable, always before saving some value in the memory in the computer, we have to create a variable there by giving a name, just applying a name. So with the name, computer will create a location in the memory, and in that location we can save values. So that is the idea of a variable, right? So here we have to use the keyword dim. This keyword dim. So dim keyword is used to define a variable. And again, here you can see, this is the variable name, this one. And here, book is the variable name, it's a name. And again, X is used here, right? So these are variable names and dim keyword is there. And again, here you can see integer as integer. So integer is a variable type. So in X, the variable which is named as X, we can store integer values. That means numbers without decimal points. Again, here you can see this is string. String means in the variable which has the name book, we can store text, right? That variable is created to save text. Here we have again integer, right? Again, I'll change that to double. It must be double. Okay. Right. So here you can see double is a variable. That is because in the variable we're going to save a value which has decimal points. Okay. Also, that is the idea about variable, and you have to create a variable before using that. So you can see these lines. In this line, what we have done here, we have create a variable. Here also we have create a variable, the name is book and the type is string. Here we have create a variable, the name is X, and again type is double. Okay. So in this point, what we're going to do, we are going to assign values. See, using this assignment operator, equal sign is used as assignment operator. Using this assignment operator, we have assigned some values. So here VBA note is a text, and that text is assigned to the variable book. Here you can see X is a variable, and again 5.5 is a value. That value is assigned to X. Now in the third line, range A1 dot value. So we discussed about the keyword range last day. Range means here we're going to access a cell in the Excel sheet. So in the A1 cell, the value will be X. X means 6 now. So again, this is another statement. Again, here we have a statement. In that statement, it says range A1, the value book. So value will be not book actually, the value inside the variable. So book is the variable name. Then in the A1 cell, Excel will print VBA notes, that word. We'll try that. Here you can see in this one, it has a message box. So MSG box keyword is used to create message box. Value is that text will be there, and ampersand is to combine some text. We'll practice them. And X is a variable. So then it will show the value 5.5 in the message box, right? So you must have that basic idea. So we'll try this variable designing and everything now. Okay. All right. So we have to open Excel. Again, people, you have if you have laptops, then you can work with me. So you have to open Excel first. Open Excel. Again, children, this may be new to you. I mean, this will not familiar to you, the programming concepts. So always, if you have any doubts, please ask, right? Always ask questions and very clearly understand what I'm teaching here. So you can anytime stop me and ask questions. It's okay. ඔයාලට තේරෙන්නේ කොහේ හරි තැනක් තියෙනවා දරුවනේ නවත්තලා ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න. පැහැදිලි කරගෙන යමු. මොකද මේ චුට්ටක් මුල ටික අහුනේ නැත්නම් ඉස්සරහට ටිකක් කියන්නේ අපි ඩෙවලොප් කරන ටිකක් ඇඩ්වාන්ස් ලෙවල් යනකොට අමාරු වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා හරියට ඔටෝමැටික් කරන්න සහ ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරන්න. So then you can get familiar with the keywords. Okay, right. So now we have the Excel sheet. In the Excel sheet, you have to have the developer ribbon. So last day I show you how you can open the developer ribbon. So you have to go to File, More, Options, and there you have to go to Customize ribbon. Then you can find Developer. So by default, this will be unchecked. So you have to check this one and enable it. Okay. So then only this ribbon will appear in your Excel interface. Okay, now, so if you have developer ribbon, we are using this control group. In the control group, we can see insert command, and we are using ActiveX controls in forms. To develop applications, we are using ActiveX controllers. So this is a button, this is a combo box. Today we're going to use everything. So I'm going to add a button here. A button. And to change properties of this button, you have to open the property window of the button. If you want to change the color, if you want to change the text, right, you have to open the property window. So right click, go to properties, right click properties. In properties, you can change background color, font color, and everything. You can change the caption, right? So I'm going to change the caption as submit. Depending on application, you can give it any name, right? Okay, then back color of the button, so you can change that. We have already discussed them in the last day, but I'm still refreshing your mind. again, font here. You can change the color, bold the text, and everything is there, right? Okay, so using this property window, you can change the font and everything in the button. So again, I told you last day, there are two modes in here. One is design mode. The other one is you have to execute mode. Execute the command or the button. You have to click on design mode to activate that one. And again, click again to deactivate design mode. So if you want to make any changes to the button or the application, you have to click the design mode and enable that. Otherwise, you can't change any properties of the button. Okay, so we have a button here. Now, if you want Excel to do something, take some actions. When you click on the button, then you have to code that one. To code a button, to insert a program into the button, first you must activate the design mode, and then you can double click on the button. Then you can see private sub command button 1, click. When the button is clicked, what Excel must do. So we can program that here. So we were discussing about variables. So I'm going to create a variable which I can store an integer. So what we have to do here, dim is the keyword to define a variable. So I'm going to use the variable name as number. NUM for number, right? I'm just using just a word. If you want, you can use your name as well, right? But when you're going to select a variable name, all the time, make sure that it gives the meaning, right? Always create a variable name with a meaning. So number as integer. As integer. So now what I have done here, I have created a variable. The name is num, num. And again, now I can assign values to this variable. So I can add a value, right? So I'm going to type num equal to 100. Now again, if you want to access a cell in the Excel sheet, we now know the keyword that is range. I'm going to type range. I'll say B2 cell. Dot value. Very easy, right? Value equal. So always these equations or assignments. These assignments work from right to left. දකුණු ඉඳන් වමට තමයි assignment operator වැඩ කරන්නේ. දකුණේ තියෙන value එක වම් පැත්තට assign කරනවා. The value in the right side will be assigned to the left side. That is how it works. So when you're going to type it as an output, this is how we have to type this one. Starting from right side, it assigns the value to the left side. Okay. So now, according to this program, what must be executed? So here you can see dim number as integer. The meaning of this one is we have created a variable. The variable name is num. Now, again in this point we have assigned a value. We have assigned 100. Then we're going to output the value to this cell, B2 cell. To access the cell in the Excel sheet, this is the keyword. Then we're going to assign the value in the variable to that cell. So we have to save this one. Okay, now what must happen? When I just click on the button, 100 must be printed in B2 cell. Let's see. So I have to deactivate the design mode. Click here and deactivate. So now I'm going to click on the button. See, when I click on that, the value 100 will be added to B2 cell. So you can type the program and see how it works. All right, now if I type 54.62 as the value, I have already defined the value as an integer. See what happened, right? Now if I click here, you can see only 55, because even I have added a number with decimal points, 54.62, right? So this will round up the value So round the value, not round up, round the value, and give us the integer value only, because we have defined the variable as an integer. If I define that as this as double, now what should happen? This can show entire number 54.62. Let's see. I'm deactivating the design mode. Click. You can see the number is displayed here. So like that, we can make some button and we can perform some actions with the click of a button. So these are very basics, but you must have a clear understanding about these basic functions and keywords. Again, if we need to store some text, so we have to define that as enable design mode, double click, then we can go to the code. If I change this as string, the same answer will be printed there in the B2 cell, but the thing is, I can't use these numbers in calculations because I have defined this as a string. For now, let's do something like that. I'm going to type F40. So if it is a string, you have to give that within inverted commas, like here. Save. And when I click on the button now, this will print F40. See? So this is how a button works. And again, about variables. So these are the basic variables: double, integer, and string. So we are going to discuss only about these three. So if you want to save a value in your program, always you have to create a variable, and then only you can store the value. Again, if you want to access a cell, this is the keyword to access a cell. Okay, do you have any question regarding this one about variables and how we can write codings for a button? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Please reply. දරුණෙක් ඔයාලා reply කරන්න නැත්නම් මට පැහැදිලි නෑ ඔයාලට තේරුණාද නැද්ද කියන එක. Others?
So my ones are not working.
You wants me which one?
The button is not working.
Not
When I
working.
press the button like that.
Okay, so what you have to do, you have to enable design mode, and you have to double click the button, and you have to type the code there. So if you don't have a coding within the button function, nothing will happen, right? See?
The code is there.
What is there?
Yeah.
Check all the letters and everything is correct. Can you share your screen?
I'm on the phone.
Okay, so just take WhatsApp photo and send me.
Okay.
All right, children. Others, do you have questions?
So when saving this type of Excel document, we should put macro enabled.
Yes, of course. When you're going to save these kind of documents, you have to go to File, Save as. When you're going to save this, you have to save it as a macro enabled workbook. Yes. In normal documents, we save them as Excel workbook. Here you have to save this as macro enabled workbook. All right, so let's move forward. Children, give me a second. At the meantime, you can try this. I'll show you. All right, develop a program to add two numbers entered by the user. So now you know how you can get a value from the Excel sheet, and again how you can print a value to the Excel sheet, and again how to define variables. So try to do the first question. So you have to add a button, and you must create a beautiful interface where the users can easily understand what they must do, right? A user-friendly interface, and in the interface you can add the button, and then you can code now because you know all the keywords now. How to create variables, how to take values from the Excel sheet, and again, how to print values to the Excel sheet. So give me a second, you can try this one, right? Okay, children, so we'll try this one. Develop a program to add two numbers entered by the user, right? So we can develop a small application. The users can enter two numbers, and Excel should, your application must print the value. Give the answer, right? So very simple one. It's very easy, but even you can very easily do that using Excel, right? So what you have to do, just type a number here and type another number here, and you can type equal sign this one plus this one. Very easy, right? It gives you the answer. But here we're going to learn how we can develop an application with the basic things, right? So that is why I told you these are very basic things, but through these ones, you're going to learn how to access cells, how to output values, how to read values like that. We're going to learn the keywords, okay? Right. So now for application, it must be user-friendly. The interface must be user-friendly, right? There must be interface. Okay. So let's create an interface. I'm going to take a new sheet. Right. So let's add two numbers. So that's my title, and enter number here. Like this, we can create a attractive interface. Okay. Then you can add a button, right? Developer, insert, can add a button here. To adjust, to make adjustments or to format the button, you have to go to property window, right click, properties. You can change the colors. Again, caption is the name of the button. Sorry, here. Caption is the text in the button. All right. So now I have designed my application interface of the application. Okay, so you can just design an interface. Again, you can remove this area, grid line. Just design the interface and let's try together, right? Again, if you have already created the interface, please let me know while chat. If you are finished, please note that in the chat, right? Then you can save the time. Okay. Darunal Hardu.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Then what we can do, we can program the button. So to go to developer ribbon, check this design mode is enabled, and you can double click on the button. See, when you double click, the click function will be automatically added. All right, then see what we have to do. We have to intake the value in this cell and this cell. After that, we can add those two numbers and we can display the answer in this cell. There are so many easy methods, very quick methods that we can just type the program in one sentence, but I'm going to create variables and intake values to those variables, and again we're going to have a output, right? So through that you can learn how we can take values from the Excel sheet and again how to print the Excel sheet again, okay, and how to create variables. So now we are going to type, actually here we need 3 variables, right? To keep the value 1, to keep value 2, and again to keep the answer. So what we can do, we can develop design team. And here user, let's assume that user can enter any value with decimal points or anything, right? So then what should be their type? It should be double, because if the user enter some decimal values, those should be calculated. So then I'm going to type number 1. For number 1, I'm going to type N1 is my variable name. You can create any name, A, B, C, D, anything, right? N1. And again, I need another one, so I can just separate with a comma and N2. And after that, I may need another one to keep the answer. So now I'm going to create 3 variables in one sentence because all these 3 variables are in same data type. Then by separating with commas, we can define multiple variables in one statement. So then as integer. Right. So now we have create 3 variables. And after that, we can intake values. We can read values from the Excel sheet. So N1 You're going to assign the value from right side to left side. N1 is equal to range E6 cell, right? So then E in my one, that is E6. So that is the cell dot value. That's all. Then we can say N2 is equal range, that is E8. Dot value. So with these two statements, what we're going to do? We're going to intake the value in the E6 cell into the variable N1. Again, we're going to insert the value in range, E8 cell into N2 variable. Now we can add, we can do the calculation. Okay. So answer is equal to N1 plus N2. Then we have made the calculation, then we can output the answer. So we have to output that in E13 cell, right? This E13. It's E13 cell. So now the function execute from right to left. Then what I should do? Then I must say range E13 cell dot value must be this variable. We have two inputs, one process and one output. Let's see how it's working, and I'll give the chance to check this one again, right? Okay. So first of all, you have to save this one. Now in the Excel sheet, okay. So let's see, I have deactivated the design mode and add some numbers here. I'm going to add 86.5. When I click add, it will give me the answer. So here I have to format to show. Okay. Now I'm going to change this to double. Save. Now see what happens. Right? Okay. So now it gives the answer. Here it shows 101 because we have to format this one. Format cell. Number to 2 decimal points. Okay. Right. See, this is how we can prepare a small application. So I'll show you the code again. In this line, what you're going to do, you're going to define the variables. in these two lines, we're going to take input value from the Excel sheet. After that, in this line, we just process the values, and again here we're going to output the values. So very simple application, just to add two numbers. Okay, so understand the command or the keywords and the algorithm. Algorithm means the steps. And again, understand what we did here. First, you have to create a nice interface, and then you have to add relevant operators. Operator means buttons. Then you can write the code. Okay, complete your ones now. ඔයාලා complete කරන්න දරුවනේ. ඔයාලගේ කරන්න සහ ඒ අතර ඔයාලට මේ කියන එකේ තේරුම් නැත්නම් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. සාවල complete කරා නම් please inform me. Okay. Shall I go to the next question? Children, please talk and reply in chat, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so then we'll go to the next one. Right, so second question is develop a program to convert USD to LKR. Develop a program to convert USD to LKR. So now you can design a nice interface. So you have to insert the USD value and again the rate. You need the rate and the USD amount, right? So then input those two values from a nice interface, and again you can calculate the value. Okay. So you can develop application by your own. So just try it. I'll give you some time. දරුණතර ඔයාලා තනියම කරන්න පුළුවන් දැන් ඔයාලට අයිඩියා එක තියෙනවා ඔය වැඩේමයි කිසිම වෙනසක් නැහැ USD rate එක නැත්නම් USD ගාන රුපියල් වලට කන්වර්ට් කරලා පෙන්නන්නයි තියෙන්නේ user enter කරනවා USD ගානයි rate එකයි ඔයාලා එකේ ඒක calculate කරලා පෙන්නනවා එච්චරයි very simple just create an interface and code the button. At the same time, Gayan, the photo that you sent me is not clear, Puta. I can't see the code.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hari? So develop a program to convert USD to LKR. So see what we can do. I'm going to take another sheet. Interface එක හදන්න. Then you can add a button, developer, insert button. To change the properties, you have to go to right click, properties. Okay, so this is my interface, and there are some formattings more.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, Pudha.
How can we convert? How can we change the font size and bold the buttons font?
Okay, so you have to enable the design mode first. Here, and when you click on the button, you can see the dots in the corners, right, like here. And then right click, go to properties. Then you can get this window. This is called properties window. In properties window, you can see back color. So back color means the background color of the button. After that, caption. Caption is the text on the button. then font. So you can click on this button here, then you can the font window. From there, you can select the font, bold, italic, those things, styles, and again size also can be selected from there. Font. Again, 4-color means the font color. Right. To make these formattings, you have to right click on the button. Right click on the button and get the properties window. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir. Good.
Rasna, Rasik, is it your issue okay?
No, sir, even if I click now, the answers are not added.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
All the other things are okay, sir, but the final answer is not added and appearing.
Not appearing.
All those.
So can you WhatsApp me the your code? Or if you can share your screen, that is also okay.
I did in left when I'm attending with phone, sir.
Okay. So see whether you have typed this one correctly.
Yes, sir, the same thing has done here.
And again, check the font color of the button. In some cases, see here. Check the font color. Is it black?
Which one, sir?
In this answer box, answer cell, check the font color. In
Okay.
some case, the font color, if the font color is white, then also you can't see the answer in white background. So check some.
No, sir, I have changed the background color.
Okay. So the answer will appear when you click on the button. Okay. So you have to go to developer ribbon and deactivate this one, this designing mode, and then only you can click on the button.
Now, okay, sir, thank you.
Okay, then right. Okay, children. So let's develop this application. So to convert US to 12KR. Okay. So now I'm going to open the coding window. To do that, I have to enable design mode. Click here and enable design mode, and then double click on the button. Then we can open the coding here, coding window here. Right. So now we need variables, right? So we'll define 3 variables. Here also we have defined variables in double format, right? Double data type, because USD and those things always come with decimal points, decimal values. So dim is the keyword. Rate, I'm going to use R for rate, comma, U for USD, L for LKR. As double. Right. And you know how to intake values. Okay, then so you can type like here. R, the rate equals range. This is E5 cell. So E5 dot value next one USD amount U equal range, that is in D7 cell. D7 dot value right. Now we have the values in our program in R and U variables. So LKR amount should be USD value multiplied by rate. Then you can output the value. So the cell is this one. D12 is the output cell. So range D12 dot value equals our variable L. Okay, now we can save and see whether this one is working, right? So always you have to disable or deactivate design mode to execute the application. View hybrid lines. Right. Let's say the rate is 202.5.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, without going to the the properties of the button screen, if we change the data type in that currency rate cell as a currency using normal Excel functions, would it display it as that currency, or would it make any problem with the code?
No, no. Here, if you want to, if you want to show that like dollar mark here, right? So then you have to format that using format cells. You can't do that by, you can do that actually by code, but it is very easy. You can change the format to currency and here. But this is important. That means when you're going to select the variable type, right? Here, when you're going to select the variable type, if you have select if you have given the variable type as integer, the numbers you enter with decimal points will be round to the nearest the closer integer value, closer whole number, right? That is the difference. All the other formattings like adding root or adding RS, currency symbol, the other formats, those must be done using formatting window, right? Good question. Is it clear? So here also, if you want to add the US dollar sign, you have to right click, go to format cell and format it as a currency cell data type. Here data types are different. In the button, these data types are different. These data type describe if the number is an integer value without decimal values, that means integer, or with decimal values, that means double or a text. So that comes with the programming code. Here these formattings are again different. So these are these formattings are valid with how the value must be presented in the Excel sheet, not in calculations. The data types in the program always comes with the calculations. It affects the calculations. Session is saved karanda. So what you have to do, just go to file, save, and then here you have to select Excel macro enable workbook. Select Excel macro enable workbook. Then save. Give it a name and then you can save. So the previous question, is it okay? Is it clear? Pratap?
Yes, sir.
So let's say 150 USD. Convert. So this is our currency converter. Right, now we're going to learn some more controllers. So we're going to add a spin button, right? Spin button can be used to increase and decrease values, right? See, you're going to insert one. Insert is called spin button. Let's apply this and see how it works. I'm going to apply a spin button here. Then you have to go to properties and you can link a cell with the spin button. Right, so you can add a spin button now. All right, so then to create the control of this button, you have to code the spin button. So see how we can code that one. So again, keep your own notes, children, right? Notes. So now spin button is used to increase and decrease a value in a cell, right? So we can go to the code. You can double click on the spin button. You can go to the code. There you can see the previous code is also there. So the name is spin button 1, right? If you want, you can change the name, right? So we can change the name here. So I'll show you that as well. So you can delete this. I'm going to erase this one. And see here spin button. I'm going to type BTN for button rate. I just give it a name. It's a name, right? You can give any name. I just type BTN for button rate. Increase and decrease the rate. So when I double click now, you can see BTN rate is the name of the button now. BTN rate change. So now we can code here. You have to link the button with the cell now. To do that, we are going to change the cell, this one E5 cell. So we can type range E5 to access the cell dot value, right? Value of it equal. See, my button's name is now BTN rates, right? So you can, when you double click, you can see the name of the button here. So you can, if you want, you can copy and paste that one. The name which you have given to the button, or the default name, spin button 1. That is the default name. So this is the name of the button, right? Dot value. I'm going to save this. Now you can see, when I click this one, I can increase and decrease the rate. Okay, I'm just clicking this one, right? And I click, it decreases the value. Okay, I'll show you the code again. See, this is the code. Because I have changed the name to BTN rate, there's the name of the button. So always here you have to use the name of the button. Practice karanna. If you have any questions, please ask, right? Harina wala kata karan lamai reply karan chat එක reply කරන්න නැත්නම් කතා කරන්න හරිනම්.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
ඔව් පුතා.
Sir, can we fix the value to USD value, and can increase or decrease from that?
Yes, you can give it a default value. I'll show you, right? And again, you can set the maximum and minimum values as well. Okay, I'll show you them. Okay, then we can let's see how we can change the minimum and maximum values of this one. So you have to add this code here. The name of the button dot max equal a value. Let's say 250. After that, we key in the name of the button dot min and the value. So that is to set up minimum and maximum values.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
So is there a way to change the amount that is changed? For an example, normally it adds or subtracts one. Or is there a way to like add 100 when you click it
100.
once?
Yeah. So this is how you can do it. You can change here in the properties. You can see the small change. So you can set this small change to 5 like that. So then it will increase 2 by 2. If you set 100, so it will increase 100 by 100 like that.
Okay, sir.
Small change.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, children. So after that, so you can give a value here. So if you want, you can do small changes. Here, if you want to set a value, so what you can do, you can just go to design. And then if you set a value here, you can set, let's say 200 is the value, right? So then you can close properties. So from 200, you can change them. It starts with 200 when you give the value. Here in the properties, right? Sorry, design mode, properties. In properties, you have to set the value. All right. So then you can click convert. Right. After that, to output the value, last day we discussed how you can use a message box, right? You can even use a message box as well. So if you are going to add a message box here, so you can type, when I just click on the button, I want to show a message box also, right? So MSG box is the keyword. MSG box is the keyword. Then in the variable L, I have the value and % mark to combine some text in the message. And we are going to give this one. Okay. So this is a message box. Let's see how it works. And I'll show you the code again, right? When I click, it shows a message even, right? It shows the number here, and again it gives a message. So this is how it works. See, this is the code. MSG box is the keyword to display a message box. L is the variable which has the amount, LKR amount, and this ampersand mark is used to combine text. So with that value, this text will be combined. In this one, you can see, if you want to add or print a string, a text, you have to add this in between inverted commas. If you want to add another text, let's say, I'm going to say the LKR value is like this, and ampersand mark to combine. See now, this is a string and combine with the variable, the value in the variable, and again that will be combined with this one. Again, if I want to have a space here, then you have to add a space in between these inverted commas. So let me save this one, and if I execute, you can see it shows me the message box. the LKR value is. Right. So is it clear for everyone? Is there any question? Very good question. Yes. There is a question. Can we add a button to clear all the values entered? Yes. So we'll do that, right? Okay. So you can add another button. Convert. I'm going to add another button. Button. Insert button. Draw the button. Then go to properties. You can change the properties. Caption here. Cancel. Then you can change the color if you want. Okay. So to add the code, we can go inside the button. Double click. Then you can see button 2 click. So then you can select these ones, right? Range to access buttons range. E5, comma D7, comma D12. Dot value. Sorry. Dot clear contents is a command. So range E5, comma D7, comma D12 dot clear contents. Let's see if this is working. So now execution mode clear. The values will be content will be clear. Then you can add some value. Then you can click convert. When you click cancel button, the content will be erased. So this is the code, clear content.